Okay guys, this is the solutions of your homework. Questions number 1, simplify each of the following. For question A, x to the power of 3, blah blah blah, and then divided by x plus 2. Okay, so the questions already says you have to divide. That means we have to use the long division or maybe Horner's. For this one, I will use Horner. I will have 1, 5, 5, negative 2, and then you will do this. And then for this one, I will find the value of the x first. X plus 2 equals to 0. That means x equals to negative 2. So I will put negative 2 right there. And then for the first, it's going down. And then you multiply this with the negative 2. You'll have negative 2. And then add the 5 and negative 2. You'll have 3. Multiply the 3 with negative 2. You'll have negative 6. And then add them one more time. You'll have negative 1. Multiply it with the negative 2, you will have 2, and then this one is 0. Remember that the last numbers will be the remainder. This one is the remainder, and this one is the quotient. Yeah, so the result of the division is 1x squared plus 3 plus 3x and then minus 1. So if you simplify this expressions, it will become 1x squared. Actually, you don't have to write down the 1x squared plus 3x minus 1. Okay, next is question B, still the same with the previous. The first one is 1 and then negative 8 and then plus 22 and then negative 21. And we do this. Okay, and then from the x negative 3, you will have x equals to 3. That means 3 right there, and then this one will go down 1. 1 times 3 equals to 3. Add them together and then multiply it one more time. Add it again and then multiply it one more time, and then you have 0. That means the result for this one is x squared minus 5x plus 7. Next is question C. We have 3, negative 7, and then 6, and then negative 2, divided by x minus 1. That means x equals to 1. From here, we will have x equals to 1. 1 is right there. 3 going down. Multiply 3 with 1. You'll have 3. This one is negative 4. You will add negative 7 and 3. It will become negative 4. And then negative 4 multiplied by 1. You'll have negative 4. And then add them. 2. And then multiply by 1. You'll have 2. And then this one is 0. It means 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. Next is 1D. We have 2, negative 3, 8, and 5. And then divide it with 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1 means 2x plus 1 equals to 0. That means 2x equals to negative 1, x equals to negative half. That means you will write down negative half right there. The 2 going down. You multiply this, you have negative 1, and then add the negative 3 and negative 1, you'll have negative 4. Multiply this, you'll have 2. 8 plus 2 equals to 10. 10 times negative half equals to negative 5. That means the remainder equals to 0. And our result is, do not forget to divide this by 2 since the divisor is 2x, not x. Yeah, that means you have to divide. And then the result will be x squared minus 2x plus 5. There you go. And then next is 1e. For 1e, we have 5x to the power of 3. Oh, my bad. 5, negative 13, and then 10, and then negative 8. And then divided by 2 minus x equals to 0. That means negative x equals to negative 2. X equals to 2. So 2 will be right there. And then this one is 5. 5 times 2 equals to 10. And then this one is negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 equals to negative 6. This one is 4. 4 times 2 equals to 8. The addition for negative 8 plus 8 equals to 0. Okay, so our answer is 5, negative 3, and 4, but don't forget to divide it by negative 1 since the coefficient of the x for the divisor is negative 1. That means our answer is negative 5x squared plus 3x minus 4. And then next is 1f. We have 6x to the power of 4. Be careful for this one. We have 6x to the power of 4, and then we don't have x to the power of 3 and x to the power of 2. That means we have to write down as 0. Write them down as 0. Yeah, so x to the power of 3 equals to 0, x to the power of 2 equals to 0, and then x to the power of 1 equals to 13, and then the constant is negative 19. Divided by 1 minus x, that means 1 minus x equals to 0, negative x equals to negative 1, x equals to 1. So 1 will be right there, going down, multiply, add, multiply it again, add, multiply it again, add, multiply it again. Sorry, should be 19, and the remainder equals to 0. Do not forget to divide this by negative 1 because the coefficient of x from the divisor is negative 1. So you'll have negative 6x. Wait, this one is x, this one is x squared, this one is x to the power of 3. So negative 6x to the power of 3 plus 6. Wait, 6x squared plus 6. Sorry. Oh, divided by negative. Yeah, this one should be negative 6x, and this one is negative 19. There you go. And then next is question 2a. For question 2a, you have to divide also. So we'll have 1, 2, 5, negative 4 divided by x plus 1. That means x equals to negative 1. So this one's going down. That means 1 times negative 1 equals to negative 1. 2 plus negative 1 equals to 1. 1 times negative 1 equals to negative 1. 5 plus negative 1 equals to 4. 4 times negative 1 equals to negative 4. Negative 4 plus negative 4 equals to negative 8. So the question wants you to find the quotient and remainder. The quotient will be x squared plus x plus 4, and the remainder is negative 8. Next is question 2b. We have 6 and then 7, and then we don't have x right there. That means you have to write down as 0, and then negative 6 divided by x minus 2. That means x equals to 2. This one's going down. 6, 12, 19. 19 times 2 equals to 38. This one is 38. 38 times 2 equals to 76. And then you add 76 with the negative 6. You'll have 70. That means the answer is 6x squared plus 19x plus 38 for the quotient. For the remainder, it is 70. And then next is 2c. For 2c, we have 8 and then 1 and then negative 2 and then 1 divided by 2x minus 1. From here, we can get the value of x. So 2x equals to 1, x equals to 1 over 2. That means 1 over 2 is right here, 8 going down, 8 times half equals to 4, 4 plus 1 equals to 5, 5 times half equals to 5 over 2, 5 over 2 minus 2 equals to half, half times half equals to 1 over 4, 1 plus 1 over 4 is 5 over 4, 5 over 4. Okay, so our remainder is 5 over 4, and we're not finished yet with the quotient. You have to divide this by 2 since the divisor is 2x. Yeah, that means the quotient will be 4x squared plus 5 over 2x plus 1 over 4. And then next is 2d. For 2d, we have to divide 2x to the power of 3 minus 9x squared minus 9. Oh, we don't have x right here. That means 0 first, and then negative 9. Then divided by 3 minus x. That means 3 minus x equals to 0. X equals to 3. So 3 is right here, going down. 2, 6, negative 3, negative 9, negative 9. negative 27, negative 36. Negative 36 is our remainder. So the remainder equals to negative 36. The quotient is 2x squared negative 3x minus 9. My bad. We are not finished yet. I mean, you have to divide this by negative 1 since the divisor is negative x. That also means this one is negative, plus, and plus. Negative 2x squared plus 3x plus 9. Next is 2e. For 2e, the divisor is x squared. For this one, I will use long division since the Horner's method is a little bit complicated for the x squared. So x squared minus 3x and then minus 1 divided by x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so first we have to divide this with that one. So x to the power of 3 divided by x squared equals to x. So we'll write this down in the quotient. Okay, so x. Next is to multiply the x with all of them. So you will have x to the power of 3 plus 2x squared plus x, and then you have to minus it. You will have 3x squared, and then this one is negative 4x, and then negative 1. And then after that, you have to divide this with the x squared one more time. So 3x squared divided by x squared equals to 3. You will write down the 3 right there. So you have x plus 3 later. And then don't forget to multiply the 3 with the divisor. So you'll have 3x squared plus 6x plus 3. And then you will minus it one more time. You'll have negative 10x minus 4. So this is our final result. And then questions to F, the divisor is x squared. That means I will use the long division. 2x squared minus 13x and then plus 8 divided by x squared plus 1. Okay, so first let's take a look at 5x4 and x squared. You have to divide them. That means 5x to the power of 4 divided by x squared. You can cross out the x squared with the x4. You'll have 5x squared as the result. That means our first answer is 5x squared, and then don't forget to multiply it. You'll have 5x to the power of 4, and then when you multiply this, you will have 5x squared, right? Plus 5x squared. Wait, plus 5x squared. And then you only have to minus them. You'll have negative 7x squared. This one will go down, and this one also go down. And then you have to divide this with that one. So negative 7x squared divided by x squared, you'll have negative 7 as the result. So you will write down negative 7 right there, and then multiply the negative 7 one more time. We'll have negative 7x squared minus 7 right there, and then you will minus them. You have negative 13x. This one will become plus 15, and then that's it. We cannot divide it anymore. That means we have to stop. Okay, next is question 4. For A, use algebraic division to show that x minus 2 is a factor. Later I will show you how to show that x minus 2 is the factor of the polynomials, yeah. Because the divisor is x minus 2, that means we can use Horner. It will be faster. Negative 43 and then 42. Then we only have to do the division like this. Because the divisor is x minus 2, that means the x equals to 2, and 2 will be right there. Going down to 2 times 2 equals to 4. 4 plus 7 equals to 11. 11 times 2 equals to 22. Negative 43 plus 22 equals to negative 21. And then negative 21 times 2 equals to negative 42. And this one will be 0. Okay, so x minus 2 is to be said the factors happens when the remainder equals to 0. So if the question says factors, that means the remainder have to be 0. Yeah, so because the remainder equals to 0, that means x minus 2 is factors. Okay, we already showed that. And then B, hence factorize. Okay, so right now we have to factorize the x to the power of 3. That means we have to write down the quotient. The quotient itself is 2x squared plus 11x and then negative 21. But we still have this another factors, yeah, right? X minus 2. So you have to write down the x minus 2 also. And then we can factorize the quadratics, this one, using the usual methods. You'll have 2x and x, and then 21 is 7 times 3. That means maybe 7 is right there. 3 is right here. This one is plus, this one is negative. Okay, it match. That means this is the factorization. Next is 5. We have 5a. We have to show that 2x plus 1 is factors. So we have 12 and then 16 and then negative 3 and then negative 4. It is divided by 2x plus 1. From 2x plus 1, we have to find the x first. So 2x equals to negative 1, x equals to negative 1 over 2. So negative 1 over 2 will be right there. The 12 coming down. And then this one is negative 6. And then this one is 10. 10 times negative half equals to negative 5. This one is negative 8. Negative 8 times half equals to 4. So the remainder equals to 0. And then since the remainder equals to 0, that means the 2x plus 1 is a factors. Yeah, so we already proved that. And then B, we have to solve the equation. To solve the equation, you have to factorize. Okay, because you have to factorize, you have to rewrite the polynomials in the factor form. That means we have to write down this one first, because 2x plus 1 is one of the factors, and then we have to write down the quotient. The quotient itself have to be divided by 2, since the coefficient of the x equals to 2. That means 6, 5, and negative 4. That means 6x squared plus 5x negative 4. And because the question wants you to solve this, that means we have to write down the equal to 0 also. Okay, let's factorize the quadratics using the normal methods. So you have maybe 3x and 2x. This one is 2 and 2. Cannot. Let's say this one is 4 and 1. Plus and minus 8x minus 3x, 5x, negative 4. Okay, it match. Next, we're not finished yet. We have to find the x. So for this one, x equals to negative half. For this one, x equals to negative 4 over 3. This one, x equals to half. So this is our solution. The last question is 6. Show that. Okay, same thing. 6a, 1, negative 1, 2, and 4 divided by x plus 1. X plus 1 equals to 0 means x equals to negative 1. So negative 1 is right there. This is 1, negative 1, and then negative 1, negative 1, negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 1 equals to 2. 2 plus 2 equals to 4. 4 times negative 1 equals to negative 4. You add 4 and negative 4, you will have 0. Okay, so because the remainder equals to 0, that means the x plus 1 is the factors. Next is 6b. For the 6b, show that there is only one root. Okay, so because the question wants you to solve from the root words, that means root means the value of x, right? That means you have to find the solution. And to find the solution of polynomials, you have to factorize. That means you have to write it in the factorization form. First is x plus 1. Because we already say that x plus 1 is the factors, you can write it like this. And then for this one, you will write down the quotient. The quotient itself is x squared minus 2x plus 4. That means we can factorize this one more time. Yeah. So x plus 1 times equals to 0. Okay, let's try x and then 2 the but the middle is negative 2. I don't think this one can, so let's change it into 4 and 1. 4 and 1 also cannot. Let's try to use because the factorization is not working, that means we have to use the quadratic formula. So quadratic formula says negative b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a for the value of x. So x equals to negative b. That means negative 2. So which one is the ABC? This one is A, this one is B, this one is C. Yeah, so we'll have negative, open brackets, negative 2, and then plus minus square root of b square, negative 2 square minus 4 times 1, the A is 1, the C is 4, and then divided by 2 times A. So the answer is 2 plus minus square root of negative 12. Oh, because this is negative 12, square root of negative 12, that means it's undefined. That also means we cannot find the solution from here. This one is no solution. That also means the solution is only one, which is negative 1. The question says, show that there is only one real root. Yes, there is only one real root, which is x equals to negative 1. We already show it. Okay guys, that is the solution of your homework. I think it's pretty easy to do. I hope that you can do all of them without my help. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.